Hey folks, let's talk about tenders, tender operations, and what this could mean for your next cruise. Now there are some ports that these ships are going to go to that they simply cannot tie up for whatever reason. And in those cases, they're going to use small boats that we call tenders to take all of the passengers from the ship to the shore, from the shore back to the ship. And very often, like here on the Oceania Sirena, it's actually the ship's lifeboats that they're going to use to get you back and forth. Now it's very important for you to understand tender operation because it will impact your visit to the port. Now number one, it takes much more time for you to get from the ship to the shore, because you can't just simply walk off the ship and go. So depending on the size of a ship, how many passengers, the size of the tenders, and how many tenders they're running at the same time, that's going to impact how long it takes you from the time they say you can go ashore till you actually get ashore. As a general rule of thumb, I usually say when you're in a tender port, subtract an hour from your port time, because I'm allowing 30 minutes to get on the tender, get to the shore, and then 30 minutes to get on that tender and then get back to the ship. So that's an hour of your day gone right there. If you're planning to do independent tours at a tender port, understand that you're not going to be on the first tenders off. The tenders are prioritized for the ship excursions first. Depending on how many people there are, how many tenders they're running, you could be getting off the ship 30, 60, 90, even 2 hours after the tender operations start, because first the ship has to get all of their tours off, then you can start taking the tenders. You also need to know that these tenders can be unstable. You have to step from a very stable platform of your ship onto a very small boat that, depending on the weather, it could be rocking, and then you've got to be able to step back out of that boat to get onto shore. So make sure that you're physically able to do that. If you're in a scooter, they generally will not allow the scooters to come onto the tenders. If you can get by with just a wheelchair or a walker, they generally do put those on, but you've got to be able to step down into the boat and then be able to step back out of the boat. Tenders should always be indicated on an itinerary so you can see whether or not there's going to be one, and make sure you take that into account for your planning. In tender ports, I usually do recommend that you go ahead and book a ship's excursion so you are one of those prioritized people and you're one of the first that gets off the ship. And last but most importantly, when you do leave the ship, pay attention to the last tender time. If all aboard is 5:30, the last tender is probably going to be leaving the shore at 5 o'clock. So that's 30 minutes earlier. So pay close attention to the last tender time so you make sure you get back to the ship and you're not waving goodbye as the ship sails away. So that's tender operation, folks. Your ship's going to hold position out in the bay. You're going to use small boats to go back and forth. Your port stop is going to be shortened because of the time it takes for you to get to shore and then get back from shore. Hey, if you got any questions about this, or you've got any questions at all about cruising, feel free to reach out. Where's WalterTravel.com. Have an awesome day, everybody.